Hello, shining stars. All right, cancel members. So I am excited to share today that number one, I have a cold, so I want to apologize ahead of time. But I'm excited because when I asked what most of you wanted from this cancel team and what the end result was and what you were looking for, like 80% of you had said that you wanted to grow your team and you wanted ideas on how to grow your team, how to build a strong team, and how to continue to keep growing and building a strong team. So today is going to be the very first initiation of that. We've done a lot of little things over the last 3 weeks that have stretched you, challenged you, encouraged you, but we haven't really got into really how you build. I did ask every single person to remember, pretend as if you're new, clean slate, start over, act as if you know nothing, and let's learn together. So the first step to actually being able to build a team and running a business is running your calendar, right? Because we work full-time jobs, we're mommies, we're aunties, we're grandmas, we have part-time jobs, some of us volunteer. So being able to manage your calendar is the first step to being able to run a business. And when you can run a business, you can build a team based off of your calendar activities. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get going. And I'm so sorry. Let's get here. And of course, our first thing is to see, how did last week's task go? Oh, I'm so sorry. So I would just like everybody on the call who is here today to just share the video of why you love what you did without saying the words Avon, right? So Amy, I am going to start with you. You and I were chatting a little bit before we got started. So I'm just going to let you share how that task went.
It was a little hard, but I did it. I shared all the opportunities that we had. Let's see, promotions and gosh, I don't even remember, but I tried to share everything, but it was very hard. I mean, I wanted to say in Avon and you would have joined my team. And
yes, I could tell. I could tell.
But so, I did it.
Did it teach you anything? I mean, was there anything that after you did it and you listened to yourself, was there something that, like, if you were listening to it from an outside perspective, what would have caught your attention?
What would have caught my attention was the bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I mean, and working, being able to do whatever you do, wherever you want to do it. You could be on the other side of the world and still be able to do it. Just whenever you have time to do it also. I mean, pretty much.
I think that's what got me when I was listening to your video. That's what got me, was the fact that you were like, I can do it, and you were like, I can still do all the things that I want to do, and I still get to have trips, and I still get money. And I said, that's where I was like, oh yeah, she's doing it. Is that you were talking about something amazing that you have, something incredible that, you were offering to people, and it was an incredible opportunity, and it got people interested because of the lifestyle that you've created because of it. So I thought that was really cool how you brought that together. Peggy, why don't you share with us? We were about to get started.
It was just really hard not to say Avon. Because I didn't realize how much I say it in my daily lives, like when I go through the drive-through. Oh, hi, I sell Avon. Do you want this Bombita? Oh, hi, I sell Avon. And trying to talk to people without saying, oh, I sell Avon, was just like learning how to rebreathe.
So is that what you basically learned? Is maybe sell more of yourself versus selling Avon first?
Probably, yeah. Maybe maybe Avon's too much of my identity. Maybe I need to be a more rounded person when I meet people for the first time. Like, I do this, and I love doing what I do, you know, and what pays for this is Avon. Instead of just that's who I am.
Yeah,
So much.
I love that. I love that thought. I love that mindset change there. I think that was a good exercise for you because, you know, when we're sharing the opportunity with people as we're about to get into the task of recruiting and prospecting, people say they're scared to recruit and prospect, but prospecting is just sharing what you love and why you love what you do. And then exactly to what you said, Peggy, it goes into more of, yeah, I'm with Avon, but this is why I love what I do. So great. So Tina, you weren't able to get yours done this week. Did you do anything that impacted your business that you're proud of?
I did. I was shopping at the home goods store the other day. I was in the checkout line and I had my Avon sweatshirt on. And of course, people behind me couldn't see, but some guy walked up next to me, and he was an elder gentleman, and said hi to me. I'm like, hi. And he saw my Avon sweatshirt. He's like, how's the Avon business? I said, well, I'm #3 in sales in the Quad Cities. And he's like, well, that's great. I need your number. Where's your business card? Here I am again with my little tiny wallet and no Avon business card. So I ran out to the car really fast, hoping that I could get to the car and grab an Avon brochure before he got through the line. And I did. And about 20 minutes after I was home, his wife called me with an order.
Very good. Very good. So a lesson learned is to be prepared always, right?
Yes, and I was running fast. I was trying to get all my chores done before I had to be back home for tax clients.
Well, it's a good thing that we're going over calendar management because that's going to be a piece in here with how to get ourselves organized before we start the week. Jenny, how did your video go?
I actually didn't get a chance to actually do it yet. I've been sitting here fighting a stupid cold here. But I did do, I tried some other routes though where I was able to get some recruits and I was able to actually gain some customers too.
Good. That's exciting. And what did you learn from that? Anything?
Basically, yeah, because I learned new things like every day basically just by like posting things. I decided the other day to actually sign up for this app called like Nextdoor, where it's basically like right in my city. And I actually just had within 5 minutes I had like 5 people responding how they like wanted Avon brochures, some of the process of getting those out, and I'm gonna put some recruiting flyers with those too, and see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a great app for all different neighborhoods too. Kim, you look frozen, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Tony. Tony, how did your video go? I don't think I saw yours, but maybe you did it and I just missed it.
I did a video and I posted it while you were, I think, in the group meeting you had last week.
Okay, I think I saw you do something. I had remember liking something that you had done.
Well, it had a lot of wind. It's like the minute I stepped outside to try to do it, the wind kept going crazy outside. So I've tried to do a couple of them in between, but I always mess up and say the word Avon, you know. So, but I was glad that I had done it. But in terms of the other task, I managed to go and put in memberships in a slew of groups. And I'm just like waiting here patiently. I've even got a tracker to see how long it's being a part of all of these groups before I finally get a nibble. Got a couple of likes, but I haven't actually had anybody send me a message or anything.
Okay, and don't be scared to reach out and send messages to people. Okay. You know, as you're looking at their pages and you see that they have grandkids or they have children or, you know, they have this really pretty purse or they always wear really nice makeup or the things that they post in whatever that group is, go ahead and PM them and say, wow, you know, I really love that you always post such positive things on here. You're such an inspiration to this group. Thank you. You know, and get to know people.
Okay. And then the last thing I did was I tried to start my list of 100 names, but I call them professional contacts. There were 3 people I knew from my previous career and one wants to do lunch. She didn't say no outright, but she wants to do lunch. And then the other two, they did say no, but at least I feel like I reached out to, if they had said yes, they would have been high caliber representatives. So that was it.
Great. Good. That sounds like a very good week and a half.
I like that.
Yeah. Mindy, it seems like you would be next. Did you have a chance to do a video? She might be. Let me check chats here. She did. She said, I had to scrap my video. I forgot my Avon side. That's cute. That is cute. Okay, so note to self, when I'm sharing with people what I do, don't have an Avon sign behind your head. Great learning, Mindy. Very good learning. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. Okay, so just so you understand, and for those that are joining tonight, the reason why this task was so critical was because we're about to get into calendar management and how and where you share the opportunity, whether it's social media, face-to-face, just everywhere you go. Sharing the opportunity is selling yourself. It is sharing your success in a nutshell without always giving away the carrot first. Sometimes when we directly are like, hey, I'm with Avon, do you want it? That's giving the carrot before you get the goods, right? I don't know if I want that carrot. I don't know. Did it just get pulled from the ground? Is it still dirty? Like, I don't know. But when you're sharing you, people are going to go to you, and it's attractive to them because they're partnering with you. You sold yourself. Kim, you're not frozen anymore. Were you able to do a video? Did you want to share?
Sure, I did a video. It was fun. I'm teaching my 18-year-old daughter, well, she's almost 18. I'm teaching her to drive, and so I'm just trying to squeeze in like a live video when I'm in town, because as you can see here, my reception is not as great. So we're driving down the road, and we're in a neighborhood that she's safe, okay? So I put up this live video, and I did not say Avon. I said, I'm going door to door, which was the truth. I was looking for some old customers. And the first thing that pops up is one of my friends says, I hope you're not driving and doing a video. So I'm laughing. I took it just all in fun. And I actually went to the wrong house, which was someone I knew, which was even funnier. And we had a good laugh about it. I did manage to do it without saying Avon. It's just, it seemed like I attracted the men, which was hilarious. It's the men watching me, which I'm married with 7 kids. So I really was wanting, some lady friends on there and in that involvement. But it was a positive experience. I'm way more comfortable with something more controlled, than this live stuff. The live stuff seems to make me nervous. But it was a good experience, and it showed me just how much response you get from live video, which was awesome.
Yes, remember
So
when you live feed, it goes up to the top every time somebody likes it. So that's why you're getting so much attention. And this is why I want you all to really put yourself out there and learn how to do these, and start with baby steps, like doing things of just saying, hey, I got a bonus today and I'm so excited and so proud of myself. Let me tell you why. Without saying Avon, or, I just wanted to share that I had a really bad day, and if it wouldn't have been for what I do every day, it could have been a lot worse. I just want you to get used to really making people relate to you as if you were out and about, standing in line and saying something like, I have the flexibility, I have the time, I get bonuses, I'd love to share this with you. So you're reaching people in a very different way. Jill, I know I've seen you're going in and out. Are you able to share what you did or no? Here, let me unmute you. Okay, you're unmuted now. No, we still can't hear you. Nope, you're muted. No, I'm unmuting. Let me unmute you. Okay, try. Nope.
Can you
All
hear me
right,
now?
so we'll come back to yeah, I don't know. We'll come back to you, Jill. All right, so last week's task, if you did not complete this task, again, this is something that I would encourage you to do. And what's the why behind it? The why behind it is to stretch you to do things and to encourage you to think differently, look differently, and act differently whenever we're reaching people to connect to you. So these tasks are not out here to make you feel bad about yourself, but it's to make you feel uncomfortable. Because if we don't get you to the uncomfortable zone, you're going to do things opposite. Remember last week, the slight edge? It's about getting uncomfortable first, so later it becomes comfortable. That's what we're trying to help everybody do. Jill said she did do it last week. And then... oh wait, I did the task, loved it, going to go live and video weekly. Great. And maybe you can share with us what you learned from doing your video through group. All right, so let's get in with our calendar and time management. This is management time. This is going to be, like I said, the first step for everybody to really build a big business. When it comes to calendar control, calendar control is about keeping you focused, right? So imagine if you had all of your kids and you had teacher conferences, you had basketball, baseball, and you also had a job and you had a night meeting that you had to go to. And if you did not write it down somewhere, if you did not know the time and day, can you imagine you trying to get to all these places if you didn't know where you were going to go and on what day and how you were going to get there? Your kids would not show up on time. They would not make it to their events. You would probably be fired for lack of showing up, right? So therefore, if you run your own business without a direction or a way to go, guess where you end up? Nowhere. You end up nowhere. So when you have a controlled calendar, you are designing your own path to success. So it keeps you focused and moving forward in the direction you want to go, and it allows you to prioritize where it is that you want to go. So we're going to focus our whole session on the activities that we each do, not on the results. Okay, because with the right activities, you can get results. So that is important for us to hear as we're talking about this. We have to focus on the activities. So we got to develop a system, right? So first you have to put things on your calendar so that you know what the system can be. And getting your workspace and your office space and your mobile office and your car office and all these things are really, really important to help you. So here's some tips and ideas. Your designated workspace that you're sitting at now, or that you continue to sit at whenever you're at home when you do work, okay? And here's some ideas and things to have in your workspace. Have a mirror, some kind of mirror. You ask me why? I'm sure, because as you are talking on the phone and you are doing things, you want to be able to see if you are smiling and happy and how your expressions are coming through. Because when you're talking on the phone, if you are talking like this, chances are you look like this. Okay, but if you're talking like this, it comes across as very energizing, exciting, happy, and you can see. So keeping a mirror in front of you will help remind you. A plant, some kind of plant on your desk, not a fake one, ladies, not a fake one, a real one. It helps with oxygen. It helps keep you happy. It helps keep you healthy. Okay, an accomplishment list. You can call it a to-do list if you want. I mean, I will show you, like, do you see all these sticky pads? Okay, this is how Sierra does her accomplishment list. I have color, see, we're right there together. We have accomplishment lists. These are my accomplishment lists, and I have different colors, and I have different notepads for different things. I have a manager, a representative, and the things I got to get done with my kids. I call an accomplishment list because it's not really a to-do list, because to-do lists will get pushed on the burner. An accomplishment list is something that I'm going to check off, right? As I do it, I feel accomplished, I'm proud, I'm happy. Some kind of bulletin board, some kind of, that would be like your goal board, something that you can keep close by you where you can put things to help you remember things, or, you know, things like that. Well, I see Peggy's office. Tina, you're always in your office. Amy, you're always in like that space, it looks like. You know, so I see some of your guys' office. If you don't have an actual office space in your home, it can be very easy to create. And Jill, you're always at work when I see you. So, you know, I don't know what your actual office space for Avon business is, but creating some kind of office space can be as easy as, you know, those TV dinner tables. If you do not, you could create a space and have a chair, have a TV dinner, have a little plant, something there that you can just push off to the side, and you can make it your own space. This can be in your bedroom, in the living room, in the kitchen, somewhere where maybe you're not going to be distracted by people or things. Okay. So if you do not have that kind of space, Jenny, it looks like you have a whole room for an office space. I've seen it before. That's great. So you really have created an environment, and you have your flowers and everything. So some of you are already on track for that. Now, what is my office on the go? My office is on the go, having everything I need in my car packed up and ready to go. Okay. On your calendar, and this is just a suggestion, but this is your guys' time. This is your days. This is whenever you want to do it. Designating a day when you make sure you feel and you keep your office on the go full. Okay, because as we use the office on the go materials, then it becomes depleted, and one day we go to use it, like our business cards or something, and then we don't have them. So keeping your office on the go, that means keeping samples in your purse. You want to check it once a week. If you need to do it more, do it more. You want to keep business cards on you. You want to keep all these things on you. So this is your office on the go, as well as some kind of box. It could be a plastic box. It could be a box. It could be a basket, however you want to do it. But you have all the materials that you need to be able to run your business on the go. Okay. And then your calendar, which is the most important. So this is the system that sets you up for success. How many of you, just raise your hand, use a virtual calendar? How many of you use a virtual calendar? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 of you. How many of you still do paper calendars? Okay, it does not matter what you do. Whatever works best for you, okay? I have found that I like to, because I have, Kenzie, welcome to the call. I'm gonna mute you. I found that traveling, my phone died one time, and all of my stuff was in my calendar on my phone, and I like almost died. I thought my world was going to fall apart. So I told myself I'm going to carry a paper one with my big rocks, and then I'll have everything else still in here. But here are some things to help you, so that at 3 months from now or 6 months from now, say you moved title, you had a big growth in your business, all these things are happening. I want you to be able to go back 3-6 months ago and be able to look at your activities, okay? Not the results, your activities that you did, so that you can duplicate it in the future if at any point your business becomes stagnant. Okay, so first thing is you want to have some kind of color coordinating. Now, a virtual will do color as well, but if you have paper, you can use a highlighter. So for green days, this is your money days. You would highlight these days green. We're going to get more into what this means, but this is like appointments, helping reps place first order, okay? Blue are just my basic activities that I do on a normal basis. And pink are going to be my personal days. I didn't do any kind of business this day. I had no Avon. It was strictly family. I didn't do anything. So maybe 3 months from now, you're like, gosh, my business hasn't really grown. And you start to go back and you look at your calendar and you see a lot of pink. Okay, that means maybe something personally happened in your life, a death, you you move, something happened, you've seen a lot of pink, and that's going to give you the indicator. It's going to give you self-coaching opportunity to say, I see why my business didn't grow. I didn't really have a lot of green money activities on my calendar. Okay, is everybody tracking so far? That makes sense? All right. Income added producing activity. So what's an income value added activity? All right, my personal orders, right? If you can think of anything that is not on here, shout out. So your personal orders obviously are an income added value activity. Events and tables, my personal appointments that I do also with customers, my recruiting appointments, my team members with orders, a title movement appointment, or a 90-day plan with a team member or myself. You should all be doing 90-day business plans, right? Not only with yourself, but with your downline. And again, if you're not comfortable doing those, we can show you how. I mean, your upline would be able to show you how, or your district managers or I could show you how. So something that you'd want to do on a regular basis because you want to know where you are and where you're going. So these are all income added producing activities. So this is where you would highlight green, okay? Oh, I got to move down here. Now, for my to-do list, so we talked about having a to-do list, or I call it an accomplishment list. You want to accomplish at least 5 things on your accomplishment list every single day. Okay. Again, we have things that we put like maybe the night before. How many of you do a to-do list the night before? Anybody? How many of you do it early in the morning? Okay. How many of you do it in the middle of the day as you're just trying to figure it out? Yeah. Okay. All right. A couple of suggestions, and I'll have some of my district managers pop in here if they have some thoughts. I have personally found that doing it the night before, so when I wake up, my accomplishment list is there. Now, the older I get, the harder this becomes. So I have found myself switching a little bit and doing it early in the morning when my brain is fresh. But I also found that it is more productive for me when I do my accomplishment list at night. Managers, do you have any suggestions of when or why you would, when and why you would do your accomplishment list, and what times would be the best? Any of you have any thoughts?
I do, Sierra. This is Michelle. Excuse me. I find that doing it the night before really helps me, because even though sometimes I am tired at night and don't want to, I know that when I wake up the next day, I'll be glad that it's already there in front of me. Mm-hmm. So I do it the night before. It just gives me a clearer vision of what direction to go in. Then the next day when I get into my office and I have already kind of mapped out my daily activities.
Yeah. How many of you, and feel free to come off mute, you have a huge accomplishment list and you were maybe only able to get a few things done, so you have to carry over that accomplishment list to the next day? Yeah. Okay. Why do you think it would be important to actually commit to doing it at night then? What do you guys think? Kim, go ahead, come off mute, honey, and you can share your thoughts. Here, let me unmute you. There you go.
I have to keep like a running list all week long due to deliveries and activities, but I keep a list by the computer where, every day I'm writing down what I have to do the next day. Otherwise, I can't get it done if I don't do it that way. I couldn't even think of starting that morning. I mean, I already have plans all day long, you know. I had to write it down yesterday.
Very good.
So it's a must for me. I mean, I'm 25 miles from town, so there's 45 minutes just commuting.
Good point. Very, very good point. Where am I going? And if I'm, you know, if on my accomplishment list, it is to go a money appointment, you know, to do a recruiting appointment, you know, if I know I'm going to be in that town, it would behoove me to put that on an accomplishment list the night before so I can try to meet up with her. Good point. Anybody else? Do you do yours in the morning or at night? Jill, we still can't hear you, honey. I don't know. I know, and I know you have all kinds of great things to say. So type it in here so we can read you. Let's see what she's saying. She's probably typing away now. Mindy does it the night before. Okay. If I don't do it at night, I totally forget in the morning. Yeah. My brain sometimes is fried at night, and that's why I forget to even do my own accomplishment list. And in the morning, I'm scrambling. So I know at night it does work more effectively. Totally. All right. Always building a warm list. Is this on your calendar, or is it just a daily habit for you? So, put one finger if you don't want to speak. If you can't, like Jill, we know if it's on your calendar to build a warm list, put one finger up. If it is a daily activity that you do all the time, just put two. Okay. If those of you who can come off mute, you can just say. I just know there's a few of you that can't. So. Okay, so it sounds like most of you, you've really let building a warm list become a part of your daily activity. So that's great. And so creating this habit, but for maybe some of you that are going to be on the call this evening, and it hasn't become a habit for you yet, and you're still having to calendar your time of where you can fit in prospecting or sharing the opportunity. This is something that will help you of who to talk to, where you go, and what are you thinking. Remember, it's always about family. We know our family situations and they always change. We're continuously talking to friends and friends' friends and friends of friends. This is why social media is so important, because you can be like, I'm Susie Q's friend and JoJo's friend. How are you? Right? Acquaintances. So just people that you may work with, that you're close to, you know, you see in passing as you're picking up your kids, as you're going to events, you see them there. Your neighbors, you know, I think that we forget about our neighbors all the time. Like, when is the last time you've really canvassed your neighborhood and just met some of your neighbors? People you see on a regular basis. How many of you have a favorite restaurant? Anybody? You have a favorite restaurant that you and your honey go to, right? So you usually see the same waiter, the same waitress, the same people, the same manager. You know, these are just people you see regularly. Basically, here's the fun part. It's anyone and everywhere you come face to face with. That is a warm lead. And then how you get them pulled in is your story. So this is why we had you practice your story without saying the words Avon, so you can share with the whole world what it is that you do and why you love it. So again, if you haven't completed this activity, it's going to help you as you are building and growing a team consistently. Okay, we have a couple more chats. Let's see what's going on here. So daily habit, yes, your favorite place to eat, and neighbors. Daily. Okay, so everybody was just putting in what they do. So here's our birthday cake. This is just some will, some won't, and so what next? Right? So your bottom layer, which is really, really important, it's kind of the foundation. This is your once in a while friends. So it's a very big pool. The once in a while friends is huge. As we get up top, it's a smaller pool of people. So something to think about. So I want you all to think about, how do I build a bigger bottom layer? How do you build a bigger bottom layer? Any thoughts, ideas? Peggy, what are some thoughts? How do you think you would build a bigger bottom layer?
I would say it's the social media people that I meet, and then maybe the Alma leads.
Good.
Try and get them, but if they don't, they tend to seem to go to the bottom layer, and I just keep contacting them once in a while.
Good. Okay, so building a bigger social media pool of people. That's great. Anybody else have some thoughts? Tony, do you have some thoughts on how you can build a bigger bottom layer?
Okay, so actually I went out on meetup.com and I joined a new meetup group this past week. And, you know, I didn't want to, I mentioned that I was an Avon person, but I didn't want to, you know, go around just forcing business cards in their hand. But I joined to increase the people I know.
That's one, yes, Tony, that is definitely a way to build that bottom layer. Eventually, some of them will become middle layer or they'll become birthday friends. But right now, we got to build a bigger bottom layer. Jill, I think you had your hand up, sweetie. You want to try again to talk and share? You're typing. Okay. It didn't come through. Okay, here we go. So, Jill says talking to people at the gym. Oh, and you said meet up at the same exact time as Tony shared is awesome. Mindy says she reaches out to more groups, asking friends to refer their friends, and then also going to her Facebook page. So just getting more involved in your community will build a bigger bottom layer, right? Middle layer, these are people that we know. Now, how many people do you think we know, and how many people do you think they know? Any of you know what the average human, how many people the average human knows? Somebody guess. Let's have a little game here. How many of you?
I'll say 100.
100? Okay.
I'd say 1,000.
1,000? Tina, what do you think, Tina? Oh, she froze. Okay, the average person knows 250 people. So when you think about your middle layer, this could be several birthday cakes, right? Because if you know an average of 250 people, chances are they know an average of 250 people. So really reminding ourselves as we build our warm list to continue to ask the people we know, who do they know, right? Rather, it's to become a customer, it's to join your team. There's always people that know people. So our top layer are, who would you invite to your wedding today, right? Those are our close friends and family, people that are very intimate with us. But guess what? They know people as well. And their list and their bottom layer is growing as well. So we always have to revisit. Remember all those leads that you have? How many of you have like a little notepad and it has like leads and leads and leads from months ago? Remember those leads, their lives have changed. They're going through things. They have worked on different things. I don't know how to get this shut off. So their lists are growing as well. Okay. And so just to go back and revisit all your customers, I feel like we should revisit on a pretty regular basis. That would be a green value added activity. Would you all agree? Because we're going to get referrals from them. We're going to sell to them, and we're going to encourage them to invite people who may want to have their own business. Who do you know? So does a warm list help? Yes. Something about a warm list. If I know Jill, she is my top layer of my cake. Jill knows Amy. Jill introduces me to Amy. I now am talking to Amy about joining my team. It is going to reduce flakiness. Here's why. Because Amy knows that Jill knows me. And that's an accountability automatically right there. So she's going to be less flaky because she doesn't want to let Jill down, and she doesn't want to be embarrassed for not following through. There's also a web that ties you to them. So the web now is that I know Jill, Jill knows Amy, Amy knows Jill, and they both now know me. So now there's a web. Okay. And this is going to build a tie that is harder to break than if you just have a normal like Elma lead or somebody that you completely, totally don't know. Your social web and your layers of cake are going to tie you closer. And again, less flakiness, less showing up to appointments, less falling off, etc. There does build a sense of follow-up, and it's required or desired because that web does link you to each other. So maybe instead of them just flaking completely, they say, hey, you know, Sierra, I can't meet you today. Can we meet next Thursday? And you're like, oh, that was nice. Instead of just not showing up at all, they actually said, can I meet you another day? So warm list are definitely the way to go and to continue to build it. So what's warm, cold, or hot? It's really up to you. You want to build all three into your calendar. Your calendar activities want to have all three. Your contact list is your blueprint for your business. So your calendar activities lead you to your blueprint. Your blueprint is the layout of what you want your dream house to look like. So what do you want your dream business to look like? Do you want to be an executive platinum? Is your dream business to get you to leader right now? What does your dream business look like? What does that blueprint entail and look like? So the bigger your list, the bigger your business will be. Continually growing it and building it. Thus is the reason why. What was first week's activity? What were you supposed to do on your very first week activity?
100 names.
100 names. You see how this all ties in? So now that we got you thinking of the 100, are we starting to now think maybe out of the 100 that I know, do they know 100? How can I get into their circles? How can I build a bigger bottom layer and a bigger middle layer? And remember this one. This is like my favorite. Every dud knows a stud. Okay, so I'm just going to pick on a few people. So I signed up Eliana. Oh, I just thought she was going to be so great. Oh, you know, she was on fire and I got her excited. So she signs up Renee. Now, turns out Eliana was a little bit of a dud, right? What? No, she just wasn't very good. I mean, she just flaked on me, didn't show up, nothing. But you know what? I got a rock star. I got Renee. Thank you, Eliana, because every dud knows a stud. So as you build and build and build, you never know who that next superstar will be. And don't ever judge a book by its cover, because even though Eliana wasn't my stud, she gave me a stud, right? Okay, so we all know Eliana's a stud, right? We do? Thumbs up to that one. And just to point out here that the average Americans know 250 people. So again, the bigger your business, the more chances you have of growing. All right, here's a game for all of us, okay? So this is calendar management skill activities. This is your task, but I want it to be a game, okay? So if you have not completed any of the previous tasks, again, those still need to be completed. Did you go to 5 new locations that you have not been? So those of you joining us tonight, have you gone to all 5 new locations that you've never been before? Have you posted at least 10 Facebook activities, 10 recruiting? Bahamas, recruiting, join my team. Why wouldn't you? Okay. Join 3 to 5 groups and redo your 100 name list. This one, for some reason, is a procrastinating stick in your side. I don't know why you feel that you do not want to do this, but let me tell you, when you do it, you'll be like, oh, I'm so glad I did. So now once you get those completed, you've done your videos on why you love what you do, okay? This is the game you're going to play. So this is a game. This is a point. So we're all playing for points towards Bahamas, right? All right, so now we're going to play some points for our future. These are points that are going to help you build a strong calendar activity, and these will be value money-driven activities on your calendar. So you're going to get 1 point, and I will send this to you. In fact, your managers do have it, so you can get this exact slide if you don't want to write it down. But if you want to get started today, go ahead and write it down. So 5 phone contacts. Okay, so you're going to get 1 point for every group of 5. So 5 phone contacts. It could be a lead. It could be to your downline. It could be to a business partner. Okay, so 5 phone contacts. For every personal appointment, you're going to get 3 points. I want all of you to lead a meeting / a training. Have you thought about doing that one yet with your downline? Have you done a training or a meeting? Maybe at the next sales meeting, you can invite yourself in to being in charge of that. Now, Amy, I know that you lead the sales meeting in Texas already, so you can check that one off for yourself, right? Mindy, I think that you helped Shelly out a little bit with meetings, or you had before. So if you haven't had a chance to really participate and be able to lead a meeting, ask your district manager, hey, I want to help you with this one. I want to help with the training in this, and this, okay? A new team member without an order is going to give you 1 point. A new team member with an order is going to give you 5. When you get outside sales of $100 or more, so for every $100 you sell in the next week, you get 2 points. So, reality check, right? Remember, we're focused on activities, not the results. If you have 5 points in 1 week, this means you are only desiring part-time pay, right? So if you only have 5 points, that tells me that just part-time pay will be okay for you. If you have 10 points in a week, this means that you are desiring the activities that you're building, you're desiring a full-time pay from your business. When you have 20 points or more, you want to be a leader, and you want to lead by example, and you want to be intentional. So effort plus your outcome is going to give you the results. This is why we are going to stay focused on activities that will drive your business. Do we all agree on that? So shout out in your own words, what activities are you going to make sure you add to your calendar that may not be on there? Value added, money driven activities. What are you going to add that may not be on there right now? Amy, let's start with you first. You're right next to me.
Can you hear me? Okay. Gosh, I don't know. I do everything under the sun. A home party.
How would you fit that in? Where does this fit in with this? Would that be new team members with orders, or would it be outside sales?
Outside sales.
Okay, and obviously when you have parties, you're going to, it'll bring you in new team members with sales, right? Because every party you close with, who would like the same opportunity or get a discount?
Right.
Okay, good. Peggy.
I have, thinking this through, I have got like 6 or 7 new members that will not place an order. So they probably need to be my main focus. Just get that order in. If I have to buy you a free product, get that order in.
So I think I would tie that in with a group of 5 contacts, phone contacts.
Okay.
And then it would turn into a team member with an order, right?
Yeah, because I have 6 or 7 sitting there that have not placed an order. And I'm like, guy, and these are new representatives that put their money in. I just can't figure out why you paid the $25 and not get it back in free products.
And you know, do you know each one of their whys?
Yes, on some of them, you know, stay-at-home mom, different things, and one's a, you know, side business, need to pay off stuff, and I'm like, okay, if you need to pay it off, I understand life's busy.
Yes. Bless you.
Make the busy.
Thank you.
Get rid of it. Make it the busy.
Yeah, and that's the route I would go to on my 5 contacts. I will shoot with my 5 contacts in hopes to turning them in with a member with a order by reaching back to that why. Why did you join? You know,
Okay.
I remember when you told me that you wanted to, as a stay-at-home mom, contribute to the family and earn this much. How can I help you? You know, what can we do this week? Here's some tips and ideas. Tina.
I'm going to challenge my downline members to order more brochures because some of them are just stagnant in the brochure ordering, so they're not building their business. So I'm going to do that. And
Where does that tie in to value added activities that are going to drive money and results?
that would allow me to advance in title.
So you would tie that in with, I really don't know where it would tie into. Titling for you is great. I don't know how easy or hard it is to get 10 more people to sell $100 more. I would just have you rethink the money value at order, you know, the value added activities and really what's going to drive a future business if you were starting fresh and new now. If you were a brand new Avon representative and you had to grow your team in title starting now, remember our objective was for everybody to title to silver ambassador or the title that you're at or higher. So if you had to do that with a fresh new team, I would just wonder where getting people to order more books would fit in, you know, something just to think about, something to think about. Jenny?
I would say basically there was like 2 things here, like a meeting and then doing maybe more like field work, prospecting with my team members too, if I can try to get them out there and start their leadership journey too.
So I really heard you say getting outside sales.
Yep.
Doing a meeting and training with your team and getting new team members with or without an order.
Yep.
And then which in return, hopefully we get them some personal appointments and or yourself.
Yep.
Okay. It sounds like you do a lot of that already. So it's really just making sure you highlight when you have those green activities. So 5 months from now, Jenny, you can go back and say, wow, this is what I was doing all the time.
Okay.
Kim.
Okay, I'm off mute. I've done this already, but I'm going to do it again because it was good. I'm going to incorporate a mixer with the meeting and just, this time I'm going to do a different location. I'm going to do the Starbucks at Safeway. So I'll invite my team. I've got 5 here locally. So hopefully, you know, they'll all come and go to the local Starbucks because that's the entrance to, we have 2 grocery stores here in town, Safeway and Fred Meyer's. That's it. The population's 9,000. So I will go to that location where people have to pass us by. Gosh, I wish I could put up my Avon sign. Safeway might let me do it. If they'll let me do it, I'll put up my Avon sign by the table. And, you know, whenever we see people, we can greet them as they come in the door. And then I will just work with my team. So I'm going to incorporate, say, a mixer and my team, plus put it in a public place. So those 3 things should produce results.
Yeah, because it seems like you're doing with doing a mixer and a training at the same time. You're really doing a combination of these 4 down here. The training, you're looking for outside sales because people who are attracted to you will buy. You're looking for new team members with or without an order, which should drive some personal appointments for you and your team. Very good. Tony.
Okay, so I've been listening closely. I think that I need to challenge myself to get out and do more prospecting. So I'm going to focus on prospecting and just trying to reach and meet some new people that might develop into something.
Okay, I love it. So getting more personal appointments and or new team members with or without an order. Very good.
Right.
Jill, I know you probably can't talk. You want to try it again? Okay, she typed. Let's see what we have up here. All right, Jill. Okay, Mindy says field work with downline. I'm going to have to tie them down on a time. Okay, yeah, because they're still in the, many of your downline members, remember, are going to have to schedule prospecting into their calendar activities, even though you have developed a lifestyle to where it is a part of your life and it's a habit. You have to remember that your downline members are not there. So it's a great point, Mindy. Jill says, I will contact team members without an order and train them how to get orders. Train them how to sell $400 and how to purchase $100 for themselves. I think that is definitely something. Mindy wants to do a meeting or two and some virtual ones. I love that you said that, Mindy. I'm so glad. Remember, a training and a meeting can also be virtual. Doesn't have to be face-to-face. If you are comfortable with live videos, you can do a training there. You can do an event on your page, invite all your downline members, and you can post a training right then and there as well. So there are a lot of ways that you can conduct a meeting yourself. All right, that's my last page. Okay, so I am so sorry about that beeping noise. All right. A couple of things. There was a book. How many of you were on the leadership call last night? There was a book that came out. Eliana, share with me something about your wealth by Dane. Share with me what it is. Let me unmute you. There, you're unmuted.
Yeah, so actually, Emily Segran shared that she started to follow, or she participated of a seminar with Janet Johnson. She's a motivational speaker, and she helps women really break through their network marketing business. So as a gift to all of us, she shared this book, which I just downloaded it today, so I have not started reading it. But she's an international speaker, and she's a best-selling author and radio talk show. Her name is Dani Johnson again. Her book is about the first steps to wealth. It's a revolution to increase your income, improve your relationships, and expand your influence. It is a long book. It has over 300 pages. But we can share it with everyone online, and you can read it on your own pace, on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet.
So our gift to you today is Eliana took the initiative to download it already, and she sent it to every single one of your district sales managers. So we will post it on our Shining Star Council page, so you can steal it from there, so you can start to read it. But you can also have your district manager email it to you, the one that we got this morning, and you can have it on your desktop for your computer or on your phone. So we'll do both so that you have two avenues of pulling it up, but it is available to you. And how many of you have purchased or thought about getting your Go for the No? Have any of you got it yet? Kim's got it already. Okay, great. We have started it as a management team. Again, it's very telling of what we had talked about prior about failing. You have to fail really well, okay? And failing will lead you to success. So it's a different kind of read. It is a very fast read. So I want to encourage these 2 books for all of you again. And remember, the first steps to building a big team is knowing where you're going, and then marking it out so you know how you get there. Keep track of what you're doing, so when you get to a place in your business where maybe it is standstill, open up your calendar to when you were doing amazing. I challenge you to open it up when you were doing amazing, because you're going to see things and activities that are on there that you're like, I haven't done those in a while. I've spent too much time doing this and not enough time doing this. Okay. And if you have never done that and you haven't kept good track of your activities, I hope you will all join us in starting to do this. Okay. Any thoughts? What were your ahas or feelings from today? Any ahas?
Well, I have one. Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead.
I was glad that the meeting came right on time today, because I was starting to feel a little bit disheartened, and now I'm all pumped up and motivated again. So I'm glad I came.
Yeah. You know what, Tony, we all get there. We're all there. We've all been in places where we're just feeling stuck, or we can't get out of it, or we don't know what direction we need to go to. And that's why we do need each other. So I'm glad you were here as well. And maybe you have some direction and you can clear the path to get to where you want to go. Anybody else?
I've been all excited about Rep Fest and going to Nashville and everything. And today's kind of led me back that, hey, I need to go back and look at Las Vegas notes, and maybe the things that were so indulgent and different that I have time to put in place then. Maybe it's time to put them in place now, because the things I put in place in August, I think are taking hold. So maybe now it's time to go back and revisit and add to what I learned there.
Very good, Peggy. I love that, because that was a time you were on fire, when you had the energy and you were doing things. So go and see what inspired you, what motivated you. I love it. That's a great idea. Jill says she loves that every dud knows a stud. Anybody else? Ahas from today.
I'm looking forward to this table. Yeah. I don't know if I'm on mute.
No, you're not. Go ahead, but we couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Okay. I'm just really looking forward to doing this table meeting. I really need to get back to that, to gather the team together and be in this location, because I know there will be results. Even though I don't sound excited, I
am. Jill says she plays the song "The Best Day of My Life" when I'm feeling down in Avon. It brings me back to excitement of Rep Fest. I mean, how awesome was that? We had a concert just for us, and that song gets me going too. I love it, Jill. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else have any other ahas or things that they took away from today?
Oh, Mindy.
So excited to tell hubby that I'm out looking for studs. Oh, yes. All right, team. I can't thank you all enough. All of those joining tonight, thank you so much for getting on and listening in and sharing. Don't be shy. We have our Facebook page so that everybody can share what's working, what isn't working. What do we need motivation on? What steps do we need to take this week? If you have not completed your task, again, I promise, as we're leading into building your business on Facebook, customer representatives, leading with product, and basic principles of recruiting, you're going to want to do these activities, okay? I would not encourage you to do them if I did not think they were going to help you down the road. So with that, I want everybody on the call this morning to have an amazing day. Go do some value-added activities that are going to be green and give you the money. Those of you joining us tonight, I look forward to you doing your value-added activities so you can get the green and get the money. And I can't wait to see everybody in Nashville. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.